I think that has to do with the dissatisfaction many people feel about our current politics and the opportunities that we have now with the reform of the Constitution, either the National Conference or in Parliament itself. I think most societies develop institutions to serve particular objectives. If you look at where Nigeria was in the 60s, 70s, it made logical sense to go to a presidential system in terms of maintaining the unity of the country. And by and large, it has served that purpose, but it has also created some other ones. And that's why we need to look into it and try to make it better. Institutions are built for people, not people for institutions. The kind of political class we have, the values they have, their orientation, their behavior, their attitude to the society, even if God were to craft a constitution and give it to them, they'll still mess it up. So it's not so much whether presidentialism serves our political class, is that our political class able to operate anything at all? That's really the question. It's too much to ask to expect them not to have some of their interests at heart. They are not angels. But the set of people we have in Nigeria are actually pushing the boundaries to somewhere entirely different. Many of them are reckless. They have no notion of the boundaries of their powers. And unless you have a political class that has a vision and a recognition of its own limitations and a recognition of its own obligations to its citizenship, there's no constitution that will help you. My own part of this debate is to argue for the presidential system. And one of the points I'll be trying to put forward is precisely that it's not an accident that all African countries virtually have a presidential system of government. Why is that so? I believe it's due to the structural problems we have in African politics. The nature of our societies, most of them are divided. Most of them lack the organic foundations of nationhood. So the institutions of the state have to be able to contain these divisions. Otherwise, what you end up with are fragments and division. I think it's a very important thing for them to discuss. In fact, maybe we shouldn't pose it in this either or. We should leave them to use their ingenuity to see, in fact, if they can take aspects of the presidential system that are good and aspects of the parliamentary system that are good, and see if they can marry them together. They don't have to be forced one way or the other. Let them use their ingenuity. That's part of the responsibilities of a political class, to find solutions to intractable problems facing their societies. And it's in this sense that I think it's a useful exercise, both this debate and then the deliberations that will follow in the National Assembly. What will be my dream for Nigeria? I grew up in a point in Nigeria where Nigeria gave me a lot. I went to some of the best schools in the world in Nigeria. Federal Government College Sokoto, Federal Government College Ilorin. I got a lot. When I went to Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, I felt stretched and I learned. I came to Oxford to do my DPhil. I was ready for anybody. It's a shame that those same institutions today, I can't send my children there. We have a country that is going backwards rather than forward. So my dream for Nigeria, I hope Nigeria is able to rise up to the challenge to actually take advantage of its own abilities. For a long time, we kept on saying Nigeria will not disintegrate, Nigeria will find a way around its problems, but the problems are getting more and more complicated by the minute, and very little has changed. So we need to wake up to the fact that the rest of the world are moving ahead. In the 1950s, it was Korea and us and Malaysia And then China came also and went past. Brazil is going, India is going. One day we will wake up, it will be us and Chad and Sierra Leone and Somalia and Haiti and that like. That is not good. We need to be able to have a vision to move our society in our own pace, in our own way, so that at least we can leave something consistent with our abilities for our children. Right now, I have no such expectation, and that's a pity.
To hear more from some of the brightest and best minds that Nigeria has to offer, come and attend the Maiden Debate, which will be held on March the 26th, 2014 at 11 AM at Agip Hall, Mudson Centre, Lagos, with the motion, "Will Nigeria be better served by a parliamentary system of government?" See you there.